Several weeks ago, one of my students said, "Tiff, I'm just tired. I'm tired of studying English and I don't know why. I don't know what to do." And I could see the frustration written all over his face because I had felt the same way before when I was studying Korean. And I think you felt that way before too. That's why I created today's lesson. I'm going to tell you the reasons why you feel that way and also give you the solutions to overcome that feeling. But before I start, I need you to do 3 things for me. You see, my goal is to help 1 billion students learn English and feel confident. But in order to do that, I need these lessons to spread. So 3 things I need from you. I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video, and I need you to subscribe. One more time, like, share, subscribe. Come on. I said like, share, subscribe. Last time I said like, share, subscribe. You can help me help others just like you. I'm Teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. All right, so you feel tired of studying English. Sometimes you feel like you're studying nonstop, or maybe you're getting bored with learning English, or maybe you feel like it will never end, or you feel like you're studying the same things over and over, or maybe you even feel like English is impossible to learn. I have felt each and every one of these things before too, when I was studying Korean, so I understand where you are. But let's kind of take a look at each of these reasons. So the first one right here is talking about why you get tired. It's because you have been studying nonstop. In other words, you have been pushing yourself to constantly input information. But the problem is your brain never gets a chance to rest. And as a result, you get tired of studying English and sometimes feel frustrated. So I want you to think about it. You kind of get excited, right? Maybe you get a new book, you get a new course, and you're just in it. You're ready to learn English and you're going nonstop every single day, over and over and over and over. And then suddenly you get this feeling of overwhelm. You don't want to do it anymore. And you see, there's a reason. The reason is because doing something nonstop is actually not good. You see, Russell Eric Dobda says, taking a break can lead to breakthroughs. That's right. Periodic breaks in your studies, periodic breaks when you're working, those breaks actually help you to grasp and process information or ideas. Now, here's the solution that I have for you so that you don't have to keep studying nonstop. What you actually need to do is create a schedule that will give you an opportunity to take periodic study breaks. This will give your brain a chance to actually process information. You know, I remember when I was studying Korean, I would study, for many hours at a time. And I started to realize that I was getting overwhelmed. And I came upon this system called the Pomodoro system, right? Now, Pomodoro is basically where you set a timer and you choose the amount of time you want to study. So I would study for 25 minutes and then have a 5-minute break. And then 25 minutes and a 5-minute break. And what I realized was that during that 25 minutes, because I knew I had a break coming up, my brain was more focused. And then when that 5-minute break came, I would just relax. But I also realized that what I learned during the previous 25 minutes started to kind of go around in my mind. And it was like my brain was starting to make triggers and connections on its own. That's the power of taking breaks. And the same is true for you. So instead of going nonstop, you need to create a schedule, whether it be a weekly schedule or a monthly schedule, where you set aside time to take a break. All right, so what about the second reason why you feel tired? Here we go. The second reason why you get tired of studying English is because you are bored with your study method. That's right. You feel a little bit bored. Now, in other words, you have been studying English in the same way for years. The problem is The monotony of your study method is taking away the joy of learning English. And as a result, you get tired of studying English. So monotony just means one way or doing one thing, right? Just the same, not changing. Now you see, my voice normally goes up and down. I use my hands when I speak. Today, my voice is a little bit gone. I'm okay, but just like last week, in the morning, my voice is a little bit, it cracks a little bit, right? So, but again, imagine if I just talked like this the entire time and taught you the lesson. You'd probably click off of this video because you don't want the same level. You need to change it up. Sometimes I go high, sometimes I go low, but I'm always changing it up, and that keeps it interesting. The same is true for you as you learn English. If you do the same thing over and over again, your brain's going to say, hey, we don't like this. I don't like what you're doing. All right. So there's a quote that I want to tell you. So this is actually a study that was done, and it stated that monotony and boredom can actually be serious sources of stress. This is from R.I. Thackeray. That's right. Doing the same thing over and over again can actually cause you to feel more stressed. So you've been wondering, why am I getting tired of studying English? You actually may be stressed because you're not changing up your study method. So here's the solution I want you to look at. Decide on a series of study patterns that you can alternate. This will make your English studies more interesting and exciting. I've created many videos on this channel that you can watch totally for free, explaining different study plans. But think about it. Let's say, for example, for me, I wanted to do a study pattern, and I said, the first part is vocabulary, memorizing vocabulary. Second, I want to read an English book. Third, I want to watch English movies. Fourth, I want to have a conversation online via a comment section. So you see, these are all very different. And if I alternate them, my brain gets kind of stimulated in different ways. That's what you need to do. Figure out a series of study patterns and alternate them. That will help you not to feel so bored and get tired of English. Now, what about the third reason? The third reason is also something that is very common. The third reason why you get tired of studying English is because you feel like it will never end. You feel like it will never end. In other words, you feel like you will never reach your destination. The problem is, by focusing only on the destination, you never give yourself the opportunity to enjoy the journey. And as a result, you feel like you're fighting a losing battle. Now, fighting a losing battle is a very common expression in English. Basically, you feel like you're doing something that you can't achieve or doing something that will not have a positive result. So if you're studying and you're only focused on the destination, I will speak English fluently, eventually you're going to have a problem. Now follow me. Speaking English fluently is an amazing goal. But in order to reach that goal, you have to follow certain steps. There have to be certain points leading up to that destination. So there's a quote that I want to explain to you. I want to read it to you from Dwight D. Eisenhower. Accomplishment will prove to be a journey, not a destination. Now, with the journey, like I mentioned, there are different spots. So let's say, for example, yes, you want to speak English like a native English speaker. Well, one of your destinations or one of your stops on your journey is to give a 5-minute speech. You get there, you accomplish that, woo, you feel good. The next one is you want to have a 30-minute conversation with a native English speaker. Woo, you get that, you feel good. And you put these spots along your journey, and when you recognize them, you'll remember that this is a journey, not just a destination. And remembering and recognizing those spots along your journey will actually help you stay motivated and help you improve your English. So, what's the solution for you? Here we go. Come up with 3 to 5 specific goals you would like to accomplish. Again, these represent special locations or stops along your English journey. You got it? All right. Now, what's the next reason why you feel tired of studying English? The fourth reason why you get tired of studying English is because you feel like you keep studying the same thing. In other words, you feel like you aren't learning anything new. This feeling gets magnified when you watch English programs and realize that you can't understand certain situations. As a result, you feel like there is no way you can improve. I can't tell you how many times I receive messages from students just like you saying, "Teacher, I've been studying English so long, but when I watch American television, when I read English books, I feel like I don't know anything." Well, again, that goes back to feeling like you're not learning anything new, and that affects you when you watch these programs and read these books. So this is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. Don't keep learning the same thing. Once you've learned something, move on to the next thing, and you need to apply. So how do you do this? Here's the solution. Find an American program and watch it 3 times. That's right, 3 times. First, focus on listening. That means just watch it. Enjoy it. Don't worry about writing any notes. Just enjoy listening to the program. Second, I want you to focus on learning new words. Third, focus on comprehending the situations. And you can repeat this cycle weekly or monthly. So again, you're watching the programs 3 times. First, just listening, enjoying what you're seeing and hearing. Second, write down new words or expressions. You're focused on the content now. And third, focus on comprehending or understanding the situations. Why did she laugh when he said that? Why did he cry when she said that? You're understanding the situations. So there will be a sense of excitement as you're studying because you're constantly learning something new and something that is really applicable to real life. All right. Now, what about the next reason why you get tired? Here we go. The next reason is you feel like it is an impossible goal. Speaking English. In other words, you feel like you will never be able to express yourself fluently in English. This feeling gets deeper every single time you have trouble learning something new. As a result, you feel like you should give up completely. Now, in our last reason, right, number 4, I told you it's important to learn something new. Well, sometimes you feel overwhelmed, right? And this makes you feel like you want to give up. There's a quote that I really like. There is nothing impossible to him who will try, from Alexander the Great. So when you're learning something new, you can't get discouraged. Realize that the fact that you're trying to stretch your brain and expand it is a good thing. That means you are learning. So don't give up. Now, how do you do this? Here's the solution. Find a group of students who are studying English just like you. As you learn new things, share it with the group and practice what you learn. All right. You want to share those things with the group. Whatever you learn, share it with the group. You see, what's going to happen is, even though it seemed impossible, like, I'm trying to learn new things, but they're so difficult. The moment you switch and realize I have to teach this new thing to somebody else, your brain starts to process the information in a different way. So it's important for you to find a group of other students and teach them what you are learning, and they will teach you what they're learning. This is going to help you to stop feeling so bored and to stop feeling so tired when you're studying English. It's going to help you be motivated. Now, I just wanted to make this video very quickly because I understand that many of you probably are getting tired of studying English sometimes and feeling frustrated. But I don't want you to feel that way. Follow the solutions I gave you in this lesson, and I promise you will enjoy studying English. Now, as always, I provide Part 2. In Part 2, you will learn more about my personal story. You all know I've studied Korean. I speak Korean. And you also know that I've struggled just like you're struggling right now. So I want to give you some more details about my personal story. You can watch it in Part 2. If you're already a member of the Academy, all you have to do is click the link in the description below. If you're not, Please join us, become a member, join our family, and you'll also be a part of a private community of other students who like learning just like you. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video lesson. I hope you continue studying English. Remember to like, share, and subscribe this video so that you can join me in my desire to reach 1 billion students. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. But as always, remember to speak English. You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right, guys. So today's story time is all about food. I'll tell you this story about when I was younger. So when I was in elementary, middle, and high school, my parents used to pick my sister and I up. They would drop us off in the morning and pick us up in the evening. In the morning, my dad was the one that usually dropped my sister and I off at school. But in the afternoon or evening, my mom would pick us up. Now, I've told you all in a previous video how hard my parents worked. They are an amazing example of sacrificial love. They gave up everything just so that my sister and I could have a wonderful life. So I remember the sacrifices, and I remember the long hours they had to work. And I remember, having to make sure that the money was used properly, or that we ate the food that we had in the cupboards and the cabinets and made sure we didn't waste anything. And I always valued hard work because of my parents. But every once in a while, they would splurge. Now, splurge just means to kind of spend more than you usually do, or to do something more than you normally do. And on Fridays that were paydays, every other week, or either once a month or every other week, on Fridays, my mom would pick me up. And man, you talking about excited, y'all. So I can remember my mom would pick me up from school, and my sister too, pick us up. We'd get in the car, and we didn't know if it was payday or not. We were kids. And she'd say, "Hey guys." We say, "Hey mommy, how you doing?" We were kind of waiting to see what she would say. She said, "I'm doing really good. I'm a little hungry." We said, "Oh, we're hungry too, mommy. What you thinking?" She said, "Oh, I think we should stop and get something to eat." I said, "Oh yeah." That meant we would get pizza, fries, and ice cream. You're talking about a happy child, man, oh man. And again, we would do that once a month or once every 2 weeks. And I can just remember the excitement, getting out of school, getting to the car, and being able to eat that food. It was like the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, there's an expression for you guys. The best thing since sliced bread. That just means something amazing. And, I was a child, but that memory has stuck with me even up till now. And I want to do the same thing for my children. Something that was so simple. It was just food, but it really made my day. And I know it made my mom happy to give us food, because I actually do the same thing when I have my nieces. If I have the money at the moment in my pocket, I'll buy them something special, whether it's French fries or something else. And they're so excited. So I just wanted to tell you guys that story because when you do little things, you don't realize the impact they'll have on people now and also in their future. So always remember to do something nice, whether it be for your friends, your kids, or even for someone you may not know well. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Have a great week.